I'm finna get out of this bitch.
What happened?
Cause y'all negative. On my mama, y'all talking about Lil Poppa on my mama. Like, I'm not even playing on my mama.
That's it, next.
Oh my God, no, serious. No, oh my God. Oh my.
Lil Poppa, born Janarius Wheeler, has died at the age of 25.
We're talking about a young legend, only 25 years old, who was on his way to becoming one of the biggest names in the game. Signed to CMG and making real change in his city, he was known for giving back and uplifting people around him. But on February 18, 2026, Jacksonville lost one of its most authentic voices, and the hip-hop world felt the pain deeply. The reaction to Lil Poppa's passing showed just how much love and respect he had earned from fans and artists everywhere. Before we get into how the industry responded, it's important to understand what Lil Poppa might have been going through in the weeks before his passing. According to what was shared on his social media, he seemed to be facing some heavy emotional struggles. On his Twitter, he posted messages that showed he might have been in a tough headspace. He wrote things like, "I'm scared to go to sleep," "I'm lonely, bro," and "Is it okay to cry?" These weren't just random thoughts. They sounded like a young man reaching out for understanding and peace. He also wrote, "I never asked for any of this. I shed all my tears in the dark, and I ain't got nothing but some pain for you." Those words hit deep. It's clear he was expressing feelings of pressure and emotional exhaustion. Another message that caught attention said, "I don't really like me," and "Forgive me, Father, for the devil's tricks." Fans started to realize he might have been fighting an inner battle that few could see. Then he tweeted, "They thought they was loyal, but the jewelry made them judge me. This time around, I'm gonna do better." That line showed how fame and money can sometimes bring trust issues and distance, something many artists have spoken about. Lil Poppa's honesty made people connect with him even more, and it reminded everyone how important it is to check in on your people, especially when they seem strong on the outside but might be hurting inside. He also posted, "Word of the day is distance. I love everyone, but forget everyone." That kind of back and forth emotion is often linked, according to mental health experts, to feelings of depression and isolation. Loving people but still wanting space because trust feels shaky, that tension is real. Another tweet that caught attention said, "First mind is the right every time. Trust no one." Supporters later shared that this message sounded like someone who felt guarded and unsure about the people around him. When someone is struggling emotionally, those thoughts can grow louder and heavier over time. Reports about his upbringing showed he moved between family homes on different sides of Jacksonville while growing up. Adjusting to different environments can shape a person in deep ways. On top of that, he was open about living with a chronic health condition that sometimes required him to slow down and stay inside. Health challenges combined with career pressure can be overwhelming for anyone, especially someone so young and in the public eye. At the time, he was signed to CMG and working under the weight of industry expectations. In one post, he wrote, "I got 2 albums left before I pack my stuff and leave the label." Some fans interpreted that as him feeling boxed in or stressed by obligations. While there's no official confirmation about how he truly felt, the message suggested he may have been carrying a lot internally. Creative pressure, public attention, and personal struggles can all collide at once. He also shared, "I need a house somewhere in the DMV at this point, and can't wait till January 1st so you can see the real me." Those words sounded like someone hoping for a fresh start and a new chapter. Supporters later said it felt like he was looking ahead, trying to reset and rebuild. As conversations about his life continued online, many people turned their attention to his mother. Her reaction is where the story becomes deeply emotional and reminds everyone how personal this loss truly was. When news of Lil Poppa's passing became public, his mother shared a message on Instagram that deeply moved supporters. She wrote, "Lord, I need you," followed by a broken heart emoji. Just a few words, but they carried the weight of unimaginable grief. Many fans responded with prayers and messages of support, recognizing the pain behind that short statement. According to those close to the family, she had witnessed her son's journey from a young dreamer to a rising artist signed to a major label. She reportedly saw him face personal struggles while still pushing forward with his music career. At only 25 years old, he had already built a strong following and seemed to be entering a new phase of growth. That sudden loss made the moment even more difficult for loved ones to process. Observers noted that her public expression of faith reflected how the family leaned on spirituality during hard times. Losing a child is a tragedy no parent expects, especially when that child appeared to have so much potential ahead. Supporters shared that she had likely been one of the people who understood his private challenges the most. While no one can fully know what someone else is carrying internally, it's often family members who see both the public success and the personal battles behind the scenes. Lil Poppa had also spoken openly in the past about managing a chronic health condition, which may have added another layer of stress to his life. Balancing health concerns with the demands of a growing music career can be overwhelming. Those who followed his journey said his mother was aware of those pressures and remained supportive as he worked toward his goals. There was also renewed attention on lyrics from one of his songs where he rapped, "Pac died at 25, Biggie died at 24, and it made me nervous. I just turned that age a couple days ago." After his passing, many listeners revisited those lines and described them as haunting. It's important to note that artists often reference hip-hop history in their music, and such lyrics can reflect admiration or awareness rather than prediction. Still, fans couldn't ignore how those words felt in hindsight, adding another emotional layer to an already heartbreaking situation. In the lyric where he mentioned the ages of other late hip-hop icons, many listeners later interpreted it as a reflection of how aware Lil Poppa was of the challenges young artists can face. Some fans have described a pattern in hip-hop history where rising stars pass away at a young age, and they believe he understood that reality. However, there is no confirmed evidence that he believed in any curse. It's more accurate to say he appeared thoughtful about the pressures that can come with fame, rapid success, and public life. The music industry can bring intense expectations, constant attention, and emotional strain, especially for artists who rise quickly. Mental health advocates often point out that stress, public scrutiny, and personal struggles can build up over time. In hindsight, supporters have connected those lyrics to the anxiety he may have been feeling, but that interpretation remains speculative. Artists frequently reference influential figures like Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. as a sign of respect and awareness of hip-hop history. Mentioning their ages may have reflected admiration or reflection rather than prediction. Still, after his passing at 25, fans revisited those lines and described them as chilling. Social media discussions suggested that he was conscious of both his talent and the weight that can come with being compared to legends. Recognizing one's own potential while also feeling pressure to live up to expectations can be emotionally complex. That duality, confidence mixed with concern, may have shaped some of his music. As news of his passing spread, fellow artists began reacting publicly. One of the most talked about responses came from rapper Pluto, who was live streaming when viewers began commenting about the reports. At first, she appeared confused and skeptical. According to clips shared online, she responded by saying, "Y'all lying, I don't play like that, what?" She repeated that she didn't believe the comments, asking viewers to clarify what they were saying. As more comments came in repeating the same information, her expression reportedly shifted. In the widely circulated video, viewers could see the moment the reality seemed to register. She became visibly emotional and exclaimed, "Oh my God, no, no, serious? No, oh my God." The live stream quickly turned into a space of shock and grief, with fans expressing condolences in the chat. Her reaction reflected what many in the hip-hop community were feeling in that moment: disbelief, followed by heartbreak. Viewers who watched the live stream said the emotion in Pluto's voice felt sincere. This did not come across as a routine industry reaction. Many described it as the response of someone who genuinely cared about Lil Poppa. The two artists had reportedly collaborated in the past, and she had publicly praised his talent in interviews and on social media. She often spoke about his potential and the impact she believed he could make in music. In the widely shared clip, her reaction appeared to shift quickly from disbelief to visible heartbreak. Observers noted how fast her tone changed once the reports seemed confirmed in the comments section. That kind of response is often associated with personal loss rather than distant news. While only she can truly speak to what she was feeling, fans interpreted her reaction as deeply personal. Another detail that stood out to many viewers was how unfiltered the moment felt.
The live stream was already in progress when the comments began, so there was no prepared statement or formal announcement. According to those who watched in real time, she seemed caught off guard. That authenticity is likely one reason the clip circulated so widely online. People often connect strongly to moments that feel unscripted and human. After the initial shock, viewers said she tried to gather herself, but the sadness was still visible. It's reasonable to assume that memories of working together or supportive conversations may have crossed her mind, though that remains speculative. The live stream became a space where fans shared condolences and reflected on Lil Poppa's influence. While Pluta expressed her grief publicly and in the moment, other artists chose different ways to pay tribute. One of the most notable responses came from Boosie, a respected Louisiana rapper who has been part of the hip-hop scene for decades. His message highlighted how widely Lil Poppa was respected across the Southern rap community and showed that his impact reached far beyond his hometown. Boosie is a veteran in the Southern rap scene, and when he speaks on someone, people tend to pay attention. So when he shared a memorial video about Lil Poppa on social media, fans immediately recognized it as significant. In the clip, he said, "TIP, Thug in Peace, Lil Poppa Luval Legend." The phrase "thug in peace" is a variation of the traditional RIP and is often used within hip-hop culture as a sign of respect. By referring to him as a Duval legend, Boosie was acknowledging Lil Poppa's connection to Jacksonville, which is commonly called Duval. For an artist from another state to publicly label him a legend from that city signaled a high level of respect. Many fans pointed out that recognition from an established figure carries weight, especially in a genre where reputation and credibility matter. Boosie has previously spoken in interviews about the pressures that come with fame and the mental strain artists can experience. He has also discussed his own personal challenges over the years. Because of that history, some viewers interpreted his tribute as more than just a routine acknowledgement. They felt it reflected empathy for a younger artist navigating similar industry demands. However, those interpretations are based on public statements and remain speculative. Instead of posting a short written message, Boosie chose to record a video, which some supporters saw as a more personal gesture. In additional posts, he reportedly praised Lil Poppa's talent and described him as one of the younger artists with meaningful things to say in his music. Coming from someone with decades of experience, that type of compliment stood out to many observers. It suggested that established artists were aware of Lil Poppa's potential and were supportive of his growth. However, not every reaction online was interpreted the same way. Attention later shifted to NBA Ben 10, an associate of NBA Youngboy, after he shared a message on his Instagram story. Some social media users speculated that his post contained indirect remarks about Lil Poppa. There is no official confirmation of intent, but the post sparked debate among fans and added another layer of conversation to an already emotional moment in the hip-hop community. NBA Ben 10 posted a message that read, "Lil Poppa should have took my girl with him, how much she loved this dude." The wording immediately drew attention online. Some readers initially interpreted the comment as disrespectful because of how it was phrased, especially given the timing. Social media reactions were quick, with many users questioning what he meant. As discussions unfolded, others suggested the post may have been an expression of jealousy or frustration rather than a literal statement. According to online speculation, Ben 10's girlfriend was reportedly a big fan of Lil Poppa's music. Supporters claimed she frequently played his songs and spoke highly of his talent. In that context, some people interpreted his message as an emotional reaction to how strongly she admired the artist. However, there has been no official clarification confirming his exact intent. Even if the comment was meant jokingly or out of frustration, many felt the wording was insensitive given the circumstances. Timing plays a major role in how messages are received, and during moments of grief, audiences tend to be especially protective. As a result, the post led to criticism from fans and members of the Jacksonville music community. Online backlash followed, with users debating whether the comment crossed a line. The situation also highlighted how deeply Lil Poppa's music resonated with listeners. His melodic delivery and emotionally open lyrics attracted a wide audience. Many fans, including women, felt that they felt personally connected to his songs. That kind of connection can sometimes spark lighthearted jealousy in relationships, but in this case, the public nature of the comment intensified the reaction. Ultimately, the controversy showed how strongly people felt about preserving Lil Poppa's legacy. In moments of loss, supporters often respond quickly to anything they perceive as disrespectful. Whether Ben 10 intended harm or not remains unclear, but the response demonstrated the level of loyalty and admiration Lil Poppa inspired among his fanbase.
Many fans made it clear online that they were protective of Lil Poppa's name and legacy, regardless of intent. That strong response reflected how much respect he had earned. Among the most heartfelt tributes came from comedian and Jacksonville native Lil Duval. His message stood out because of his long-standing connection to the city and his reputation for speaking openly about local talent. Lil Duval has represented Jacksonville for years, often highlighting artists and community figures from his hometown. When he shared a detailed post about Lil Poppa, supporters noted the sincerity in his words. On Twitter, he wrote, "This one really hurt me because I really cared about Lil Poppa. Most of us in Jacksonville knew him since he was a kid, and we all wanted him to win, and he was." That statement emphasized that their connection went beyond industry recognition. According to Duval, many people in the city had watched Lil Poppa grow from a young artist into a rising name in hip-hop. Duval also reflected on the evolution of Jacksonville's rap scene. He suggested that after certain music trends faded, Lil Poppa had become one of the standout voices representing the city. His comment that he was the only one left standing and he deserved it was interpreted by fans as praise for Poppa's consistency and growth. While some online discussions connected those remarks to past rivalries in the local scene, Duval's overall message focused on achievement rather than conflict. Another line that drew attention was when Duval said even his enemies was his fans first. Many supporters interpreted this as a statement about talent commanding respect even among critics. In the music world, competition and disagreement can exist, but skill often earns recognition across the board. There is no official documentation of specific disputes, and Duval did not name anyone directly. His comment appeared to speak more broadly about admiration outweighing division. Overall, Lil Duval's tribute highlighted the deep hometown pride surrounding Lil Poppa. It painted a picture of an artist who had the backing of his city from an early age and was viewed as someone on the brink of even greater success. The emotional tone of the message reinforced how personal this loss felt for many in Jacksonville and beyond. One of the most emotional parts of Lil Duval's tribute was when he shared details of their final conversation. He wrote, "We talked a couple weeks ago. He said, I know I was supposed to have been pulled up to Camp Duval, but I've been busy, but I'm definitely pulling up soon. And I said, ain't no rush." That exchange showed how recent their connection was and made the loss feel even more personal. Duval's message portrayed Lil Poppa as someone his city believed in and supported. As an established entertainer, his words carried weight and reflected genuine hometown pride. Tributes also came from outside Florida. Detroit artist Day Loaf acknowledged his passing, signaling that his influence reached beyond the South. Mozzie, his CMG label mate and collaborator on projects including Almost Normal Again and the song No More, also shared condolences. Their messages suggested professional respect and recognition of his artistry within the industry. Mozzie's tribute stood out because he had worked directly with Lil Poppa on multiple tracks. As an established artist from Sacramento, Mozzie choosing to collaborate with him suggested professional respect for his talent and work ethic. Studio collaborations often build real creative bonds, and fans viewed Mozzie's message as heartfelt.
Jacksonville artists also shared condolences. Nardo Wick acknowledged his passing, which many interpreted as the city uniting in support of one of its own. Trap Beckham referred to Lil Poppa as a Duval legend and said the city would not feel the same without him. Statements like these reflected the impact he reportedly had on his local music scene. Overall, tributes from artists across different regions indicated that his influence extended beyond Jacksonville. The consistent tone of respect in these messages suggested that Lil Poppa was widely recognized for both his artistry and his presence within the hip-hop community. Lil Poppa was often described as an artist who blended melodic delivery with honest storytelling. Supporters say he spoke openly about pain and emotional struggles in his music while still maintaining authenticity in his image. That balance helped him stand out in a competitive industry. His Under Investigation mixtape series reflected noticeable growth, with each release appearing more refined and introspective. Many fans believed he was evolving, both creatively and personally. His signing to CMG under Yo Gotti was widely viewed as a sign that established industry figures recognized his potential and work ethic. In the wake of his passing, conversations have also centered on mental health awareness. Supporters have emphasized that public success does not always reflect private challenges. His story has encouraged fans to check in on friends and family members who may be dealing with emotional stress. Overall, Lil Poppa is remembered as a talented artist whose impact reached beyond music. In the weeks before his passing, many fans later pointed to his social media posts and lyrics as possible signs that he may have been dealing with emotional stress. However, it's important to remember that people can appear strong publicly while facing private struggles. Sometimes, even close friends and family may not fully see what someone is carrying internally.
This situation has led to broader conversations about mental health within the music community. Traditionally, parts of hip-hop culture have emphasized toughness and independence, but mental health professionals often stress the importance of open dialogue and support systems. Creating spaces where artists feel comfortable speaking about stress, anxiety, or personal challenges without judgment could make a meaningful difference. Supporters have also suggested that the music industry could expand access to wellness resources for artists navigating fame and public pressure. While there's no single solution, many agree that emotional support should be viewed as just as important as career development. Lil Poppa is remembered by fans as a talented Jacksonville artist whose music connected deeply with listeners. His story has encouraged many people to check in on those around them and to take mental health seriously. What do you think the industry and communities can do to better support rising artists? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you appreciate thoughtful coverage like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more updates.